You know, we live in a world that is obsessed with being loud, with oversharing everything. But what if the greatest strength actually lies in being private? So today, let's talk about this fascinating idea that real mental fortitude isn't about broadcasting your life for everyone to see, but about cultivating a seriously powerful inner world.
All right, here's our game plan. We're going to start by busting a huge myth about what it means to be private. Then we'll dive deep into the power of looking inward, see how that totally transforms our relationships, and find out how to build an internal anchor that's just unshakable. And to wrap it all up, we'll go over some practical steps so you can start cultivating this quiet strength in your own life.
Okay, so let's kick things off by tackling what we think we know. When we call someone private, what are we really talking about? It's time to challenge some of those common and, let's be honest, often totally wrong assumptions. Think about it. When you hear that someone is a private person, what words pop into your head? For a lot of us, it's stuff like shy, antisocial, or maybe even secretive, right? It's almost a reflex. But man, it so often misses the real story.
Yeah, so the common view is that private people are withdrawn, that they lack confidence, or that they must be hiding something. But the reality, it's often the exact opposite. It's not about being afraid, it's about being self-contained. It's not about hiding things, it's about being deliberate and protecting your own mental and emotional energy, choosing very carefully where you invest it.
And that right there is the core idea we're digging into. Being private isn't an act of hiding from the world, it's an act of building something. It's about cultivating an inner world that's so rich and so solid that you just don't need that constant validation from the outside.
Okay, so how do you actually build this incredible inner world? Well, the main tool, the number one habit, is something called introspection.
To put it simply, introspection is just the art of looking inward. It's when you intentionally take a moment to ask yourself, hey, why did I react like that? Or what do I actually believe about this? It's kind of like becoming a curious, friendly explorer of your own mind. And when you start doing this, the benefits are absolutely huge. You develop this really deep self-awareness, which in turn makes your values and your goals crystal clear. And when you know who you are, guess what? Your decision-making gets so much sharper. Plus, and this is a big one, you learn to manage your emotions instead of letting them run the show.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? When you build that rich inner life for yourself, your need for all the external stuff, whether it's possessions or likes on social media or someone else's approval, it just starts to fade away. Your sense of worth starts coming from the inside.
Now, this does not mean that being private is about being a hermit or isolating yourself. No way. In fact, having this strong internal focus completely changes how you connect with other people, and honestly, for the better. Private minds tend to practice what we could call purposeful sharing. See, it's not about avoiding connection. It's about making your connections count. It means you intentionally choose what to share, and more importantly, who you share it with, people who've earned that trust. You start valuing deep, real bonds over just having a huge network of surface-level acquaintances. And this chart really shows you what I'm talking about. While a lot of people are focused on the breadth of their network, collecting followers and contacts, the private mind invests in depth. We're talking about those few, strong, resilient relationships that are actually there for you and truly sustain you through thick and thin. So this whole thoughtful approach to yourself and to other people, it leads to one of the most powerful results you can imagine: developing a strong internal anchor. This slide just lays out the difference perfectly. So many of us are kind of conditioned to chase external validation, right? The likes, the compliments, what other people think. But the private mind learns how to generate that validation from the inside. Your success is measured against your own principles, your own standards, not against the constantly shifting opinions of everyone else. And what this does is it creates a kind of a mental fortress. It doesn't mean you're immune to criticism or that things don't hurt, but it does mean your fundamental self-worth isn't on the line with every single comment or judgment that comes your way. You have a solid foundation that can weather just about any external storm.
Okay, so here's the most crucial point of all. This quiet strength, it's not some exclusive club for introverts. It's not a personality trait you're just born with. These are skills and habits that absolutely anyone can learn and build for themselves.
So here are a few simple, real things you can start doing today. First, literally schedule thinking time into your calendar, even if it's just 10 minutes of quiet. Second, before you post something or tell someone something personal, just pause and ask yourself, why am I sharing this? And third, take out a piece of paper and actually write down what success looks like for you.
totally independent of what anyone else thinks.
So, I'll just leave you with this question. We're living in a world that is constantly shouting for our attention, telling us what we should think, what we should want, and who we should be. In the middle of all that noise, what incredible things might you learn if you just gave yourself permission to be quiet and actually listen to yourself?